はい、皆さん、こんにちは。Vince です。Hello there, everyone. This is Vince. 今日の気分はどう？ごきげんよう。How are you feeling right now? I hope that you're in good spirits or in good health today. では、本日ですね、今回ご紹介するのはこちらに表示した話題です。Very well then, 皆さん、for today, what I want to introduce to you is this topic indicated right here. 正確に言うと、このからとのでという話題、一体どう使っている文法にどう使っているのでしょうか。Well, for today, it's again another grammar-related topic, and we will answer the question that regarding these words like kara, node, just how are we going to use that in a grammar? では皆さん、早速始めていきましょう。ちょっと。その前に、もしよろしければ、チャンネル登録よろしくお願いします。最後まで見てもらえたら嬉しいです。Very well, wait, 皆さん。Before we start, may I please ask you to help me grow this channel by subscribing to it, and I hope that you will watch until the end of this video. It will make me happy. それでは始めていきましょう。Very well then, let's begin. If you remember, 皆さん everyone, if you remember our most recent topic with regard to grammar is the alternate use of the particle de. And I told you that the purpose of that lesson is to prepare you for this de here. Because that topic, the alternate form of de, to use that to form a compound sentence is, if I may say, a requisite topic for us to appreciate and understand well the node right here. Very well then, before we start, じゃあその前に合意を皆さんにご紹介いたします。I will first introduce to you this vocabulary here before we dive into those details. Let's start with this vocabulary. Some of this may sound repetitive or very basic, but I must stress that basics are very fundamental, and please do not ignore them. Just like here, jikan, time, aru, verb of existence for those things with no anima or inanimate objects like ideas, chairs, pen, smartphone or sumaho. Party, a transliteration of English word party. This is how Japanese people pronounce party. Okay. Iku, a gudan verb or yu verb, meaning to go. Tomodachi, of course, friend, a noun, friend. Present, this is not just like in attendance in classroom. No, it's not like that. It's the present here is, the nuance is gift. Okay, kuru, meaning to come. And Tanaka, a proper noun, Tanaka, surname. Doshite, Why? どうして Yamada, also a surname, a proper noun. Ichiro, a very very common first name in Japan. Ichiro, just like Koichiro, Yoichiro, Yuichiro. Okay, this Ichiro here is a very common name in Japan. Naoko, Naoko, a female name, feminine name. Chotto, meaning a little, chotto, or in very casual form could be choppiri, choppiri, but that is very very casual, or sometimes sounding almost like a slang, but the less casual is chotto, a little. Isogashi, an I adjective meaning busy. Soro-soro, meaning gradually or soon. Just like soro-soro jikan desu. It's about time. Well, other vocabulary here. Shitsure, or discourtesy, or if you will excuse me, shitsure shimasu. Suru, also a verb. Suru is a verb meaning I will do something, I will do. Okay, or will do. To do. Gakusei, student. Okane, money. Koko, here. Shizuka, quiet. Totemo, it's an adverb. Well, where's that? Totemo, meaning very, adverb, very. Odayaka, odayaka means calm or peaceful. Odayaka. Ao, meaning to meet. Ao, ao. Well, let me just check this thing. Before we start, minasan, because mainly for this day we're dealing with the node and the kara. But first, let's start with kara. Kara. There's a main format here, kara. I highlighted it in yellow, the generalized format. Blah blah blah, which is a reason, then kara, then blah blah blah, result. Okay, but before we dive into that, let me give you a tip, or a learning tip rather. This tip could help. Let's say, minasan, when you want to express a certain type of range, let's say in work, someone asks you, from what time up to what time do you work in office, or what is your schedule in work in office? Then you would a person would like to say so. He or she will reply like this: Keisa no 9時から5時まで. Take note, minasan. Keisa is morning. Keisa no 9時から5時まで. Remember, minasan, if you're pertaining to month or time, you use the alternate reading, just like in 9 and 7, 9, 7 and 4. For number 9, you will not use Q. The alternate reading for 9 is Ku, not Q. So this is applicable mostly or almost always on month, time in a clock, and month. Okay, month, time in a clock. Okay, so just like here, you will not say Kyuji, you will say Kuji. September, that is not Kyugatsu, it's Kugatsu. So 今朝の9時から5時まで. 今朝の9時から5時まで. So the Ji here, this kanji means time. This kanji means time. Means time. 5 p.m. So Okay, Kesa no Kuji kara Goji made. The English translation is from 9 o'clock a.m. this morning, Kesa, this morning up to 5 p.m. Okay, so excuse me. Sumimasen. Okay, so it seems like when you want to express range, at the first point, you will follow it with kara, and after you say the last point, you will suffix it. You will suffix made. You say 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. 9時から5時まで. Okay, just like in Osaka. What is the time? What are the periods in months? What are the periods in months that there will be snow in Osaka? 12月から3月まで。12月から3月まで。From December, so the initial point should be at the left side of kara. The initial point should be at the left side of kara, and the last point should be at the left side of made. So this is how you express range from December up to March. 12月から3月まで. Okay, from December up to March. So it seems that when we express range, remember, I'm teaching you this concept of range because this will be a very good foundation in appreciating the kara. From the initial point to a final point, of course, that's a range. So initial point, this is the format, minasan. Initial point kara, final point made. Okay, please remember that. So we have here an explanation. Well, we are actually composing compound sentence. So compound sentence, it could be of this format. You are to say your reason or justification, and then kara kara, then the result or consequence. Okay, so when the reason is remember, minasan, if this reason part here, okay, because there are times that the reason will be in a form of a non-conjugated noun or na-adjective. Examples of non-conjugated noun: gakse. But what is the conjugated noun? Say gakse. Gakse janai. Or gakse janakatta. Gakse janai. That's a conjugated. Gakse janai. Okay, that's conjugated. And non-conjugated is gakse or student. Remember, it is applicable. There has to be no conjugation for a noun or an adjective. If that happens, before the kara, you prefix kara with the da. Okay, so it's reason blah blah blah. Da kara, then result blah blah blah. Okay, you must add da. Why so? This is to explicitly declare the reason, because the da or the des is a declaration copula. Declaration copula for clauses or in sentences in the form of noun or na adjective that is non-conjugated, and da plus kara, then kara. Okay, da and then kara. If you forget to add the declarative da or kara, this will end up like you sounding the kara, meaning from, or if you forgot to place the da before the kara, it will seem like you're stating a range, okay, which was first introduced on particles. Okay, so minasan, I will give you an example here. Okay, samples. And by the way, there's an alternate form here. There's an alternate form. What is the alternate form? the first form is reason blah blah blah, reason kara, then result. But there's an alternate form. The result or outcome could be at the left side of kara. Okay, the result or outcome or justification, usually the justification kara. Okay, let's say why did you buy the smartphone? どうしてスマホを買ったのですか？超安いから。Why did you buy that smartphone? And then person B will reply, because it's very cheap. とっても安いから。Okay? So let's go to some examples. それでは例文を。時間がなかったからパーティーに行きませんでした。So this sentence is in past tense because of the でした, which is the main copula verb here, dictating the tense of this sentence. So, and also here, the なかった is the past tense of ない。時間がなかったからパーティーに行きませんでした。There was no time. Since there was no time, so didn't go to party. There was no time, so didn't go to the party. So as you can see, reason, and then the kara is at the middle. Reason and then the outcome. Okay? 時間がなかったからパーティーに行きませんでした。So the tone, it would seem like you're trying to justify. So you're stating the reason. Okay, so you're trying to justify the outcome. Okay. 友達からプレゼントが来た。友達からプレゼントが来た。Actually, sentence number 2 is like 友達 is friend. And then he was just stating that the speaker was just saying that there's presento is a gift. A present or a gift came from a friend. From a friend, because kara means from. Tomodachi kara, or from a friend, there came a gift. Presento ga shita. Okay, but how about actually this sentence number 2 is pretty basic, but not well representing our topic here, but this is just for contrast. But look at number 3. Number 3 is technically correct, but this may sound odd for a native Japanese. Tomodachi kara presento ga shita. Tomodachi dakara presento ga shita, because tomodachi is a noun, and remember I have said that if a noun is non-conjugated, just like tomodachi, you will have to place the da. So what if let's do that. Let's put the da before the kara. Tomodachi dakara presento ga shita. Because a person, because that person is a friend, and then presento, a gift came to my end, because that person is a friend, and so a gift came to my end. So you're trying to say to your conversant that since that third person or friend is a friend of yours, and then so naturally it is not surprising that a gift will come from him or her, and then you will receive it. But this sentence is quite odd, especially for native Japanese. Let me give you another example, minasan. Okay, JR is a train in mainland Japan. JR means Japan Railways. Okay, let's see some examples on it. About the kara. Another example of kara being in the middle. The first part is reason, kara in the middle, and then the outcome or result being at the right part. JR 電車の乗車券は安いから毎日何回でもご利用です。JR 電車の乗車券は安いから毎日何回でもご利用です。Okay? JR Japan Railways JR 電車の乗車券は安いから毎日何回でもご利用です。Because okay, so the kara at the left side of kara is the justification or reason, and then you're just stating the outcome. This is the reason part, this is the outcome. So because the fare ticket is joshaken, because the third kanji ken means ticket, because the fare ticket or joshaken ticket of JR trains, JR trains is cheap in terms of price. Mainichi, every day. Mainichi, nankai demo, no matter how many times. Nankai demo, no matter how many times I ride on it. Goryo means you utilize the train, you utilize something, the act of utilizing or using something. Goryo is the Bikago form of ryo. Ryo means to use, utilization, use or patronize. Goryo. I ride on it. I ride. I will not literally translate to I use it, but the goryo by context means I ride on it. Okay? So again, this example, JR 電車の乗車券は安いから毎日何回でもご利用です。Because the fare ticket, 乗車券, because the fare ticket of JR train is cheap in price, every day, 毎日, every day, no matter how many times, 何回でも I ride it. ご利用です。Okay? So we now come into this let's see this okay, so either the reason or result can be omitted if it is clear from the context. That's why I presented to you, minasan, the alternate form of the, let's say, you can say let's say you're justifying, you're trying to mix the justification, reason and outcome, and then you can just put the kara, because the kara can also be present not just in the middle but also at the last part of your sentence. If the reason or result can be omitted if it is already clear from the context. In the case of polite speech, you would treat kara just like a regular noun and just add this. Let's look at the example here. Tanaka-san, Yamada-san conversing with each other. どうしてパーティーに行きませんでしたか? Why did you not go to the party? Yamada-san replies. Yamada-san will reply, 時間がなかったからです。時間がなかった。So, Yamada-san need not repeat. Yamada-san need not repeat the outcome or result. So, he can just, Yamada-san can just say the reason. And the reason is, 時間がなかったからです。時間がなかったからです。なかった is a conjugated form of 時間. So, you may not, you are instructed not to put the da on the kara. 時間がなかったからです。So, as you can see, the the outcome was already omitted because in this context that Yamada-san said, it's already clear that they're trying to converse about the Yamada-san not going into the party. Okay, so example 2, Ichiro and Naoko conversing. パーティーに行かなかったの? パーティーに行かなかったの? You didn't go to the party? パーティーに行かなかったの? And then Naoko, is like hi or affirmative, but very casual, very informal. Naoko will reply, 時間がなかったから。時間がなかったから。So Naoko here need not repeat the outcome or result. She will just have to state the reason and need not state the outcome, because the outcome, パーティーに行かなかった is already clear from the context of this conversation. So Naoko will just have to reply or yes, 時間がなかったから. So Naoko can just say her reason why she was not able to go to the party. Okay. Example 3. When you omit the reason, you must include the declarative da. When you omit the reason, you must include the declarative da. So this time the reason was omitted. 時間がなかった。And then Ichiro say, Naoko will just say 時間がなかった. Then Ichiro will continue the conversation, will continue the conversation by saying だからパーティーに行かなかったの? So in English, is that why you didn't go to the party? Is that why you didn't go to the party? Just as if Ichiro is trying to put words in the mouth of Naoko. だからパーティーに行かなかったの? But it is still in question form. But the insinuation is as if Ichiro was trying to put words to Naoko. だからパーティーに行かなかったの? Is that why you didn't go to the party? But Ichiro started with だからパーティーに行かなかったの? So Ichiro need not say the reason by using だから as a starter of the sentence. Ichiro will just state the outcome. Okay. Notice here, minasan, that now we're now going to the node, the use of node. If you remember, minasan, we have a topic about the explanatory no. Remember our lesson about the explanatory no? It is on lesson 30, and below is the link. You may screenshot this link, or you can just go to lesson 30, the topic about explanatory no. Okay, so note that we could also have used the explanatory no to express the same thing, like reason kara, then result or outcome. In other words, Yamada-san could have said 時間がなかったのです or 時間がなかったんです So the undes is actually an abbreviated form. Undes is abbreviation form of nodes. While Naoko could have just said 時間がなかったの, we'll assume she wants to use the more feminine form. In fact, this is where the node possibly came from. That's why I stressed in our previous lesson that we have to understand form that they could also be a connector of mini sentences to form compound sentences. Let's say you want to combine two sentences here. 時間がなかったのだ。時間がなかったのだ。And then mini sentence 1, 時間がなかったのだ or なかったんだ。Sentence 2, mini sentence 2, パーティーに行かなかった。パーティーに行かなかった。Remember that we can treat the particle no just like a noun in our lesson, like remember the lesson 30 explanatory no, and lesson number 32 nominalizing the particle no, to treat this particle no as mono, or nominalized particle no to treat it as a noun. Okay, remember that we can treat the particle no just like a noun explained in lesson 32, so we can use what we have just learned in the previous section. Okay, 時間がなかったのだ mini sentence plus mini sentence 2, パーティーに行かなかった. So let's combine into just one compound sentence by the use of ので, the one in orange font. 時間がなかったので, you see 皆さん, if we utilize our previous lesson about the particle de as a connector to form compound sentence, this no here, let's say you will truncate the sentence up to the no only. It's already a complete sentence, but we are to connect the sentence by the de, because de, as explained in previous lesson, is a connector to connect mini sentences to form compound sentence. Just like here 皆さん、時間がなかったのでパーティーに行かなかった。In fact 皆さん、the no de is almost interchangeable with から with a few subtle differences. から explicitly states that the sentence preceding, or the left part, the sentence preceding is the reason from something, while no de is merely putting two sentences together, just like explained in our, I think that is lesson 62. I think that is lesson 62, yeah, or lesson 60, about the use of particle de as a connector to form compound sentence. Okay, so dino de is merely putting two sentences together because of the nominalized no plus the de connector. The first with an explanatory tone, because the particle no can be used as an explanatory tone no, as explained in our lesson number 30. This is something that we can call causation. Causation where X happened and therefore Y happened. This is slightly different from kara, because the kara will have to use the cause, reason or cause. Slightly different with kara, where Y happened explicitly because the X happened. So there's a direct dependence. In the case of kara, there's a direct dependence of Y to the X. Okay, this difference tends to make the connection no de, the particle connector no de, sound softer, and take note minsan, is slightly more polite or less casual. Sounds softer, so I recommend the no de over the kara. This is more recommendable to use the no de. This difference tends to make the no de sounds softer and slightly more polite, because in Japanese you have to speak more polite, and it is favored, take note minsan, it is favored over the kara. That's why just like that is why minasan, I recommend no de over the kara if you are trying to compose compound sentence with the form of cause and then reason. And then okay, when you are trying to explain a reason for doing something or trying to justify, that is considered, especially for things like that are considered discourteous. Okay, just like here minasan, we have an I adjective. So if we have an I adjective, we are not obliged, or we should not put a na hiragana before the no de, just like here. ちょっと忙しいのでそろそろ失礼します because I'm a little busy and then I'll be excusing myself or I'll be making my leave soon. そろそろ失礼します。失礼します is let's say you want to leave the conversant or make your excuse, and let's say in English it's like, so if I may excuse myself, just like that. そろそろ失礼します I'll be making my leave soon because you're busy. ちょっと忙しいのでそろそろ失礼します because I'm a little busy. I'll be making my leave soon. Okay, 失礼します which literally means I'm doing it courtesy. Actually, minsan there's a more polite form of 失礼します. It could be 失礼いたします. I will put in the comment section that いたします. 失礼 you replace the します with いたします. I will place it in comment section so that you will see the kanji form. Okay, it is commonly used to as a way of polite expression to make your leave, or in English it's like saying, so if I may excuse myself or to disturb someone's time. Remember, minasan, don't forget that the explanatory no, just like in lesson number 30 and lesson number 32, it requires a na at its left side or prefix. Don't forget that explanatory no requires a na in cases of for both non-conjugated nouns or non-conjugated adjectives. Okay, minasan. So, examples. それでは例文を。私はlet's say here, 学生 is a noun. 学生 is a non-conjugated noun. 私は学生なのでお金がないんです。Because I'm a student, I have no money. Or there is no money. 学生 is a non-conjugated noun. So, before you use the ので, please prefix な。私は学生なのでお金がないんです。Okay, so ないんです。んです。You are in explanatory tone. Not 学生がないです。学生がないんです。んです。Meaning you're in explanatory tone. ここは静かなのでとっても穏やかです。ここは静かなのでとっても穏やかです。It is very calm here. ここ is here. It is very calm here because it is quiet. Because it is quiet. 静か because it is quiet. Okay? Or the なので can also be at the first part of your sentence. It's like saying なので that's why なので that's why なので友達に会う時間がないなので友達に会う時間がない that's why there's no time to meet a friend. Okay, so just like the explanatory tone no, just like in lesson 30 and lesson 32, or rather explanatory tone, the explanatory no is explained in lesson number 30, just like how the explanatory no can be shortened to because the no can be abbreviated to in speech the no de can be changed to de, but this is very casual, minasan. When you try to abbreviate the no de, it could be changed to de, but this is just very casual, minasan. Simply because in modern Japan, especially in Tokyo or Kanto region, there are lots of people that tends to slur their way of talking, as in very casual talking. It sounds together because it's easier to slur the sounds together rather than pronouncing the o syllable. Just like here, examples. 時間がなかったんで、remember the de. Okay. Please remember minasan that the unde here is actually an abbreviated form of node. Why do they abbreviate? It is a very common way of speaking in very casual spoken Nihongo, which is called here as slur in speech, not that slur in stroke, as in stroke patient. 時間がなかったんでパーティーに行かなかった。Didn't go to the party because there was no time. There was no time. 時間がなかったんでパーティーに行かなかった。ここは静かなんでとっても穏やかです。It is very calm here because it is quiet. ここは静かなんでとっても穏やかです。Okay. なんで This is remember minasan, the nande here is not the equivalent of the question word why, because we're speaking here of the unde as an abbreviated form of node. So this is like a justification first word nanode. This is like nanode. Nande tomodachi ni nanode. This is like nanode. Nande tomodachi ni ao jikan ga nai. Nande tomodachi ni ao jikan ga nai. Actually, minasan, not just in Tokyo, also in central Japan, like this, like in Kansai region of Japan, they also like to use this. They are fond of using this N as a way of slurring speech or abbreviating things. Just not just in Kanto area and in Tokyo area, but also in central Japan, Chubu region or Kansai region. Just like here, this is an abbreviated form of nanode. Nande tomodachi ni ao jikan ga nai. That is why there's no time to meet friend. Okay, minasan. I've taken much of your time, so our next topic for our lesson, Jikai no wadai wa kochira ni noni. Okay, so our next topic is this topic here, noni. We've reached the last point, minasan. Jugyo wa mo shuryo. 今日はここまでです。OK、最後までここまでご視聴いただき本当にありがとうございました。Thank you 皆さん for watching until the end of this video。本当に皆さんここまでご視聴いただき誠にありがとうございました。Thank you for watching until the end 皆さん and I thank you for supporting my channel. チャンネル登録感謝しています。Okay, 皆さん I'll see you in the next topic 皆さん。それでは皆さんまた次の動画でお会いしましょう。Very well 皆さん Thank you very much and sorry for the lengthy lesson 長いレッスンすみません。では皆さん Thank you very much for watching until the end. Bye bye 皆さん I'll see you in the next one 皆さん Bye bye ありがとう Bye bye